Hi, I'm Alan Tetreault with Global Sugar Art, and today I'd like to show you how to use sculpting chocolate to make easy roses and leaves for a cake. If you look right down here, we have a cake that we've already done with a nice arrangement of dark chocolate and sort of a milk chocolate and white chocolate roses, and we've added leaves to it. It's a very easy cake to make, and it has a very dramatic effect. It's beautiful for anniversaries, birthdays, cakes for men, and fall and holiday cakes. So the product I'm using today is the Fonderific Sculpting Chocolate, and this is a white chocolate. And you can color this with Americolor, or you can mix it with a little bit of dark chocolate satin ice or dark chocolate Fonderific to make a darker colored sculpting chocolate. So to begin with, I've just taken a piece of the dark chocolate and I've rolled it out with just a regular rolling pin. You don't need to put anything on the board. It won't stick to the board. And I'm using a Gem 90mm all-in-one rose cutter. And I've just dusted a little cornstarch on there to help it prevent from sticking. Just press that down. Now, when you're working with chocolate, you'll want this a little bit thicker than with gum paste. You can't make the super thin petals that you do with gum paste. So I'm going to take this cut-out piece and put it on the soft side of a cell pad, and just as with gum paste, I'm going to thin these edges down and sort of curl them up a little bit. The first part we're going to make is the center or the bud of the rose. Okay, so we'll do all 5 petals, just thin those out, and then we're going to turn that upside down. To make the center, I'm using a small ball of the chocolate, and this is the size guide. Just to give you an idea, this is number 9 right here, and that fits so that about 1/3 of it sticks out the bottom, and that's the size of the center we want. Here are some white ones that are already done. And all I'm going to do now is pinch that and roll it into a bud shape or a cone shape. And that becomes the center of my flower. Now with chocolate you don't have to use water or gum glue or anything else. The chocolate will stick to itself. So remember, I've thinned this out, and now I'm going to flip it upside down and I'm going to put that right in the center. I'm going to take one petal and I'm going to wrap it all the way around to create the center of the bud. And there you can see the center. Now I'm going to take 2 opposing petals and I'm going to bring one around like this. I think this might be better if I show it in my hand. One of the second petal is going to go around the outside, and then one will go on the inside. So now I have the center. Now I have 2 petals left. So I'll take one and put it on this side and one on this side. There you go. And now if I just pinch on this bottom, I actually can remove some of this excess chocolate that was building up. And I can just feather those out. And there you have the center of your rose. I'm just going to set that down, and I'm going to take a second one that I've already cut out, and again I'm going to thin the edges. You can put the chocolate pieces that you've cut out under a plastic flat to keep them soft, so you can do a lot of them ahead of time. It makes it easy when you're doing production work and you have a lot of roses to make. Okay, and again, I'm going to flip this upside down. I'm going to take my rose and set it right in the center. And now I'm going to bring these up one at a time. And I'm just doing one right after the other. And just sort of squeeze them together at the bottom. And we get the last one in there. And then after you've got them all done, just squeeze the bottom together, and again you can pinch off the excess. And then I like to set them in a little forming cup. And this is by Cell Cakes. This is their cell cups, or their cell shapes. And then you can just use your fingers to open that rose up and to shape it a little bit. And there you have the completed rose. And I would normally let those dry in the formers maybe overnight, and then the next day you can use them on the cake. Or you can use them on a cake directly. They're firm enough that you can use them right away. The more you pinch that bottom, the more that rose will open up. And don't be afraid to move them around a little bit and make them look exactly like you want. So here's some white ones we've got done. And some rose buds. To make a simple bud, let's see, we'll use a white one. I like to use 3. And we'll do this one with white. And again, we'll soften the edge of that, thin it out. Oops. Okay. Take the bud and set that in the center, and we'll get it off here so you can see. We're going to take that first piece and wrap it all the way around, and then one on the outside and another one on this side. One goes on the outside of the petal and one gets put in the center. And then if you sort of twirl that at the bottom, you get a nice tight rosebud shape out of that. There. And those can be used right away. And just, we'll take one last little piece of chocolate I've already got rolled out, and you can use a PME leaf cutter. These are plunger cutters, and they vein. I got a little bit of green gum paste in that one. They have a veiner in them as well. So you can just cut these out, remove the excess chocolate, and then press on the top, and that will emboss the leaf. And then you have a leaf ready to use with the rose. So you can use those in your cake decorating right when you're ready to make your cake. So that is the short lesson of making sculpting chocolate roses and rosebuds and leaves. The cutters that I used are the Gem all-in-one rose cutters. Today I use the 90mm, but they come in many different sizes, so you can make small to very large roses. I used the PME plunger cutters for the leaves. I used a cell pad, the cell board, and then you'll need some sort of a ball tool in order to thin the edges of those. But again, you don't need any water or any glue. The chocolate will stick to itself. I hope you've enjoyed this DVD. All the products are available at globalsugarart.com, and thank you for watching.